Hello and welcome back to the second episode of the Day of Hell Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. It's State of Origin, it's Game 3, and it's a decider. I bring you all the trials and tribulations in my immediate reaction to the game. The stakes couldn't be higher at Suncorp Stadium as 2022 State of Origin series comes down to a decider. Following Queensland's narrow win in the series opener in Sydney, it was the Blues hitting back in Perth to set up a mouth-watering clash at the spiritual home of Origin. Both sides have been forced into changes, with Blues prop Payne Haas nursing a shoulder injury and Maroon stalwart Felice Kaufusi on family leave in the USA. North Queensland forward Tom Gilbert will join Billy Slater's bench, with Jeremiah Nane set for his first start at Origin level. History favours the Maroons, with their last 5 deciders played at Suncorp, all going the way of the home side. 24 points to 14 in 2020, 22 points to 6 in 2017, a blowout at 52 points to 6 in 2015, a close one in 2012, 21 points to 20, and 34 points to 24 in 2011. The last New South Wales time that they prevailed in a deciding game, while it was being hosted in Brisbane, was 2005, with Andrew Johns inspiring a 32 points to 10 victory for the Blues. Let's get on to the team news with the Maroons first of all. The Queensland Rugby League announced on Saturday morning that PCR swabs have confirmed that both Cameron Munster and Murray Tuilagi have COVID-19 and will miss the Origin decider. The pair had earlier returned positive rapid antigen tests on Friday and been isolated from the rest of the squad. As a result, Tom Dearden has been named to start at 5'8", with Corey Oates on the wing. Ben Hunt will remain at hooker, with Harry Grant on the bench. Team Dr. Matt Haslip said on Wednesday that Kalen Ponga had passed to return to play protocols in all the return to play protocols after a concussion, and would take his place at fullback. Cowboys teenager Jeremiah Nane is set to make his start in Origin as he replaces Felice Kaufusi for personal reasons, with Tom Gilbert coming onto the bench for his debut. On the other hand, New South Wales have Jordan McLean sidelined with a hamstring injury. Knights prop Jacob Safiti joins the squad, while Junior Paulo shifts into the starting side. Safiti will make his Origin debut off the bench, where he joins Damien Cook, Angus Crichton and Siosifa Ta'alake. Apise Coruscant will once again start at hooker, with Cameron Murray and Liam Martin named in the second row. Coach Brad Fittler has stuck solid with Stephen Crichton and Matt Burton in the centres, so Jack Whiten has been named the 18th man after playing Game 1 and then missing Game 2 with COVID. Chart skipper Dale Finucane was added to the extended squad on Friday and will feature at the 19th man in the game. The Maroons called up Patrick Carrigan to start up at lock and moved Tino Fa'asuamaleaui to the bench after a late change to the starting lineup on game day. The game started off like gangbusters, as first of all Cameron Murray went off for an injury head assessment as he came out of a head clash with Corey Oates. Kind of groggy. He went off for a head assessment straight away. But on the returning set, it was a Maroons player that was down for a HIA. In an act of friendly fire in an attempt to tackle the Matt Burton, it was Selwyn Cobbo who copped a big blow, and he, as a precaution, was sat on the stretcher cart after initially being thought of being put on the stretcher. It was a big hit first of all on Murray, but Cobbo, he went into Carrigan's hip in the tackle and came off worse. Still 0-0. With 3.5 minutes in, and a third player has gone off for head assessment as checked, as Lindsay Collins for the Maroons has, after a big hit, after he went into a tackle with Daniel Tupou, and he got it all wrong as well. The opening stanza of the game has been 90% played in the New South Wales half, and that all came to a fore as the rampaging Maroons got the ball. The Maroons forced Daniel Tupou into the in-goal area so that they had to drop out. And from the resulting dropout, it was Valentine Holmes who went over on the left edge for the try. He will convert this easy kick, as he has been fantastic with the boot for the Maroons this season, and also for North Queensland, sorry. So it should be 6 points to 0. And it indeed is 6 points to 0 after Valentine Holmes converts from left of the post. Finally, the Blues get some position and they equalise the scoring. And Nathan Cleary gets on the end of a fifth tackle, a quick play the ball in the Maroons 10-metre line and grubbers it in goal, where Jerome Luai dives on the ball to make it 4 points to 6. Luai was fantastic. It was a great diving effort. He thought he'd missed it first of all because he was scrambling for it, dives and got 2 hands on it. Nathan Cleary adds the 2s and we're all tied up in Origin 3. After coming off the bench, Jacob Saifiti has had a fantastic opening to his Origin debut after he went over a couple of would-be Maroons tacklers, and the Blues used that as a platform to continue their forward momentum. They got 2 repeat sets due to dropouts being forced by the Blues, whether it was Nathan Cleary with one kick and Jerome Luai with the other. The fast play of the ball off the back of this sees the Blues 15 metres out, and a quick handoff by Api Carousel, who was quick after the play of the ball, found Jacob Saifiti, who went in for his first Origin try underneath the sticks. It was a good effort, and it was made 6 points to 12 due to Nathan Cleary's conversion. With the 2 players down due to HIA failures for Collins and Selwyn Cobbo, the Maroon centre middles are getting more and more tired. The forwards who are doing all the work going forward and defending, and they're expecting Isaiah Papali'i to play more minutes than he has done in the 2 previous Origin games, playing 20 and 26 games in those last 2 games. The shadows of half-time were growing in, and the ball is in Daly Cherry Evans' hands, and he puts a bomb up towards the left wing. Daniel Tupou unfortunately makes a mess of it for the Blues and fumbles it out wide. The referee gives the play the ball in the middle, as he's allowed to do, and after a couple of set restarts, as the clock is ticking down closer and closer to half-time, Harry Grant jumps out of acting halfback, spins and goes back round to where all his players were on the right-hand edge. We're about 10 metres inside from the right touchline, and he grubbers. The ball goes to Daly Cherry Evans, and he grubbers into the in-goal area for Kurt Capewell to chase and have enough downward pressure to score to give the Maroons some hope as they get closer towards half-time. Yes, it keeps going over my face because it keeps getting bigger and bigger, these scores. 10 points to 12 to the Blues, as Valentine Holmes doesn't convert. Now, as the teams go in to the sheds at half-time, my assessment is the injuries are causing the Maroons to reshuffle, and it took them a while to get back into it because the Blues had the substitutions and kept running in with the intensity. As the half wore on, the tiredness crept in for the Blues, and silly mistakes. 2 penalties given away by Jake Trbojevic and gave Maroons the field position. Should have gave himself up when he ran around the Happy Coruscant, and the other one was just daft, being offside. Can't do those. The marginal calls in games as big as this, and they give the field position. Daniel Tupou as well messing up that Daly Cherry Evans bomb just before half time. But going forward, when the Blues have the ball in hand, they have the forwards to decimate, the playmakers in Luai and Cleary to cause problems, and the backs who are explosive to finish it off. And it's Queensland who come away with the shield after they win the series 2-1 after their 22 points to 12 victory in the final game of Origin 2022. Daly Cherry Evans lifted the trophy after the teams went in with their children for all the pleasantries and pictures and everything like that to say they are Origin 2022 winners. What that translates to in the future, we don't know, with the World Cup coming on, as these are supposed to be trials games for Australian national team and most of the best players not playing for Australia. We'll talk about how the coach of Australia, Mal Meninga, thought about that in another episode. About Australia not playing that many games. But there are still some good players in Australia, and it'll be tough for the World Cup. But for now, it's Queensland's day. Congratulations to them. It started early in the second half, as in the first minute, Kalyn Ponga makes a break down the sideline and finds, after the play the ball, Daly Cherry Evans, who chips for the in-goal area, but Jarome Luai kicks the ball out. But it's all on in back play, as Dane Gagai and Matt Burton are throwing punches at each other. Granted, Dane Gagai is throwing the better ones, after he came inside thinking that Burton had intentionally ran into Kalyn Ponga when it looked like Ponga jumped into Burton. Punches were on, and while the punches were going on, Tino Fa'asuamaleaui came in, grabbed Older Burton around the face and pulled him over onto his back, bending him all the way, while Gagai's still throwing punches. Burton can't defend himself. Here's what happened afterwards. They reviewed it, and Dane Gagai was sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes, and so was Matt Burton. Nothing happened to Fa'asuamaleaui, who's already on report during the game. It's going to be a fun second half if this is the intensity that is going on during the game. Don't forget, it's only a minute gone in the second half. The real first try-scoring opportunity goes to Isaiah Papali'i, who thinks that he's got the ball down in goal for the first try of the half and it going to the Maroons. But after the bomb went up, Jeremiah Nane tried to bat it back, but batted it into Brian To'o. So the try was chalked off, and we're still at 12-10, with everyone looking like that the gas is empty. Pressure seems to be turning more and more to Maroons as the half grows on. And Ben Hunter's put an exclamation mark on that after he hits a fantastic 40-20 after being in the open and seeing Brian To'o so far up. He's more or less in the line. The Maroons are 10 metres out from the New South Wales try line. The pressure seems to be getting to the Blues as after they defuse a situation where they were definitely putting pressure on. Stephen Crichton is only about 12 metres out from his own line and decides to offload on the second tackle. which goes to no one. It rolls into the in-goal area, but fortunately, New South Wales players are there to mop up, but it's a dropout for the Maroons to regain the ball. And all that pressure has brought success to the Maroons as they're over for a try. It is a great bit of work that causes a 6 again from Josh Papali'i as the Blues look to slow down the ruck. But after a couple of plays and an almost try for Tom Dearden on debut, it was the Newcastle fullback Kalen Ponga who gets over for the Maroons. It is now 14-12 with a kick to come, and where the kick is being taken from, I'm sure Valentine Holmes will have no problem to scoring the extras, which he indeed does, and Valentine Holmes has made it 16 points to 12. The Maroons were initially awarded another try through Harry Grant's scoot from acting halfback, but there was enough evidence there that the try had to be disallowed. Looking at the reviews, after they done a replay, the referee called to have the try reviewed instead, which wastes a lot more time, to be honest. I don't like that rule in Australia. It should be, if you're unsure, check it straight away, not give the try and let someone else deal with it, and if it's not given, oh dear. Anyway, should be checked, all checked. That's the wrong rule in the NRL that I do not like. But it's still 16-12 to Queensland. We're coming to the final 90 seconds, and the Blues are totally gassed as Queensland are keeping them compact and not to get anywhere near their Queensland 30-yard line, meter line even, with the ball. They are just starving. The territorial game in their favour really is. A Maroons' excellent effort. But finally the Blues do get some possession on the 30-metre line, but it's a last tackle. And Nathan Cleary tries for a chip kick, and Ben Hunt just plucks it out of the air and runs 65, 70 metres to score in the corner to more or less give the win to the Maroons. With a kick to come, it is 18 points to 12. We'll just see if that goes over, and if it is, that should 20 points to 12, and it should be game over for the Origin Series 3 and give the Maroons the title back after losing it last year. Valentine Holmes does indeed nail the conversion, and it's 22 points to 12. 10 points in the last 52 seconds. I don't think they'll do it. And now that they've got the ball back with Valentine Holmes on the 40-metre line from the kickoff, that should be game. Have to see though. And the final who to goes and the state of origin has been settled in favour of the Maroons as they come out 22 points to 12 victors. It was a tough old game, but the Maroons had the energy and the go forward to do enough to neutralise the Blues attack and also neutralise their energy levels. It was a good game for the Maroons, but a little disappointing that Game 3 petered out with a whimper for the Blues. Nathan Cleary didn't get involved too much, but he only gets involved when the position is correct. Pin the Blues back? He won't try. He has no say about it. Anyway, the Maroons were better going forward, even though they lost 2 substitutes due to the concussion protocols that were taken in the first 3 minutes. There can only be one winner in this game, and it was the Maroons, 22 points to 12. The Blues lead at Suncorp Stadium, but did that try just before half-time from the Maroons set the cat amongst the pigeons. And that's it for this second episode of Held Dominance. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me in the comments below what your thoughts are of the Origin series. I give you my 2 penneth, you tell me yours. But remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates or new videos that may be coming your way. But in the meantime, we'll revert to our regular scheduled episodes tomorrow, and I'll wish you all the best in the meantime. See you in the next one.